Welcome to Changemakers, where you can witness change happening right here, right now. Join us and you will meet extraordinary people doing amazing things, which literally can change your world. Listen to their story. Watch what they do. Follow the footsteps. Perhaps you can become a change maker too.
Hello, I'm Dr. Pamela Pinto-Omi, and I'd like to welcome you to Changemakers. Today, we are meeting with an amazing woman who is going to share with us her story in a very creative way. Clarisa Howard, author of a new children's illustrative coloring book, Clarisa Can, A Little Girl's Journey to Success. Ms. Howard is an accomplished business leader and a motivational speaker. She has won countless awards, including NASA's Woman-Owned Business of the Year. A self-made entrepreneur, Ms. Howard's story is one of hard work, resilience, and focus. We'll be right back after this.
Clarisa Can, A Little Girl's Journey to Success. You know, y'all need to buy this book. Clarisa is trying to get this book on Amazon's best book list. It's very, very, very important. But what's more important is that our children get to see this book and read it. If y'all buy it, they can get there. Please buy this book. Clarisa will appreciate it. Your family will appreciate it. Blackness will appreciate it. We all will appreciate it. Buy the damn book.
Clarisa Howard, author of a new children's illustrative coloring book, Clarisa Can, A Little Girl's Journey to Success. Ms. Howard is an accomplished business leader and a motivational speaker.
Hi, I'm Clarisa Howard.
So Ms. Howard, tell us about your childhood and where you grew up.
I grew up in San Bernardino, California. It was a vibrant town from 1930 to 1994. My parents moved there in maybe 1950. My mother and father had 4 boys and 4 girls. There were 8 of us in a 2-bedroom, 1-bath home. And as a kid, you look at that home and you think, wow, we got a big home. And you go back years later and you're thinking, wow, that was a small home. How did my parents do that? My mother was a stay-at-home mom. My dad worked for the Kaiser Steel Mill for many years, but in 1994 is when Norton Air Force Base closed, and that decimated the economy. It's just now, of recent, coming back. So the area that we grew up in is almost no more. There are a lot of logistics centers and warehouses there.
So you and your husband built a successful company in the 80s. Tell us about that.
We had worked for the Aerospace Corporation for a fair number of years and decided to go out on our own. We loved the work that we did at the Aerospace Corporation, but we felt that we could build a small, very high integrity company that would do similar work. First, it was in the basement of my partner's condo, and that partner later became my husband. So we put in maybe a half a day in the evenings trying to build our company and full-time at Aerospace. And then when we got our first contract was when we really took off. So it ended up being Don and myself. And then later on, we brought on Margie Power. So we grew from 3 employees to 10 employees in 1982 to over 330 employees. We sold the company to a large defense contractor. I think our company served them well and they served our employees well. There are 2 stories to that. It was 1982 and I went to talk with my sisters and brothers. This was at a Thanksgiving dinner that my mom would have every year. I asked my sisters and brothers if they would be willing to invest in this new company that my colleagues and I were going to start. And I said, if you buy 100 shares at $1.25, and if we sell the company years later, you will reap the rewards. And if it doesn't go, then you wouldn't have lost any more than $125. And they looked at me like I was crazy. They laughed and they said, Clarisa's always dreaming about one thing or another. And they turned right around and finished eating Mom's delicious Thanksgiving dinner.
So let's talk about the book, Clarisa Can, A Little Girl's Journey to Success.
I wanted to write a business book and also have that book be inclusive of my life and my experiences and my lessons. But then I started doing research, kind of limited, and realized that there are enough business books that are out there. But there aren't books for children that have a real story to it, a real person.
Many of your life lessons involve how to build wealth. Why is it important for young people to start having these conversations and to build financial literacy?
If they don't do it today, tomorrow's too late. If you start today with children, say 5 to 7 to 10 years old, and teaching them the value of a dollar, giving them chores to do, paying them for those chores, and then sitting down and giving them maybe some of your life experiences. I think I have an obligation to talk to, certainly starting with my own family and their friends, about the need to value the money that you have. Don't just become a consumer. Be an investor of the monies, save the money. Yeah, you can say that I'm going to pay myself first, but what does that really mean? It should mean that I'm going to look at what my income is, and I'm going to look at what my expenses are. And then once I've paid my bills and I've set a budget, meaning allocated a budget for whatever are the elements that you think are important, and then say, oh, gee, it looks like I've got $25 that now I can put away. And let that money grow and you continue to put that money with it, then you'll be able to start investing in stocks and bonds or in real estate. So I'd say that to gain financial literacy, we all have to start with our children and our friends.
So Ms. Howard, as a woman of color, what was the biggest obstacle you overcame?
There were a lot of obstacles, but I would say not being taken seriously by some men in the aerospace industry. I had heard of an opportunity at Marshall Space Flight Center in Huntsville, Alabama, and I thought that we had the credentials that would mirror what the requirement was for us to work on the effort, and that we would be a good candidate to go after that opportunity. So I had meetings set up with a lot of the small businesses there in the Huntsville area, and this one company in particular, a gentleman, I had briefed him on our capabilities and what we were able to do. Naturally, most of our work had been done supporting the Air Force, but we felt that some of the products and software tools that we had developed could be used by Marshall Space Flight Center. Unfortunately, the gentleman, in his own diction from Huntsville, Alabama, said to me, "You don't look like us. You don't talk like us. I don't know why you think you can get work from us." Of course, I was taken back by that. I've had a lot of no's, during the course of building the company, but that one kind of hit me right there. But I was very professional to him. I went back, took the trip back to Torrance, and I talked to my chief financial officer, asked him to do his due diligence, take a look at that company, and see if we're able, based on our financial statements, if we're able to purchase that company. And he came back with a briefing, told me what the ratios were, what the revenues had been, and I said, let's buy them. So that's what we did. We ended up buying that company. And from there, we ended up purchasing 2 other companies that we could get another foothold in.
All right, Ms. Howard, if you had the opportunity, what would you say to your younger self?
The 3 things I would say to my younger self: know that you can. You can achieve anything you want to set out to achieve. The second thing I think I would say is trust your inner voice. Trust your instinct. My inner voice and my instinct is always 90 to 95% right. Forget about the naysayers. The third thing would be do your best. No matter what, do your best. And keep God in your life.
Thank you for watching, and please join us again for another informative spotlight as we meet extraordinary people doing amazing things. I'm Dr. Pamela Pinto-Omi, and this is Changemakers.
Hi, I'm Clarisa Howard. I wrote the book, Clarisa Can, A Little Girl's Journey to Success. I just want you to know that you too can have success in this world. If Clarisa can do it, you can do it. I'd love for you to buy the book. A lot of great lessons about growing up, business. Take the time, go to Amazon.com and get Clarisa Can, A Little Girl's Journey to Success. You won't regret it.